Hi everyone, Jana Boyer here, and today I would like to show you some rings I've made out of buttons. And this is a really cool project you could do for yourself if you have some favorite buttons laying around from grandma's attic or your mother's passed down or what have you. And all you need is an adjustable ring base that you can get from Amazon or many jewelry supply stores. And also I made some wire rings hand wrapped. And so I thought I would show them to you. Okay, here's the first one. This was a cool funky button and I thought, oh, that would make a neat ring. And all you do is, like I said, is you get these adjustable ring bases. They have them in like bronze or silver. They probably have them in gold tone, but my favorites are usually the bronze and silver. But you can get any color. They're affordable and they're adjustable. So they fit any size because they move. And then basically all you do is you put some heavy glue. I would use something like E6000, but that is a very strong smelling and toxic glue. So make sure that you're in a well-ventilated area when you're using it. Possibly wear a mask, definitely wear gloves. And so then you put it on there and you put on the button of your choice and voila, you got yourself a funky ring. Isn't that cool? I like to stack them a lot. Now that's a single one, but like for example, this is 2 rings. This is actually a pink base, but then I found this funky, almost 80s tribal looking, and I thought, oh, that's cool. Isn't that neat? And it will fit any size, like I said. This particular ring actually has 4 layers. So I have the olive base, I have a brown one, I have a white. Oh, no, actually, it's 5 layers. And then there was like a crystalline yellow. And then I actually found, like, this isn't a button, but I actually found a little crystal amongst the buttons that fit perfectly. I'm almost positive this isn't a whole button, but it may be. I can't remember. It's been a while since I made these. But check that out. Doesn't it look like a cupcake or something? I mean, isn't that unique? Here's another one, so you can use even ones that have shanks if you wanted. Like, if, for example, this button was almost like conical. You know, some of these these are all vintage, by the way. So some of these older buttons that you can find on eBay or, you know, like I said, in your grandma's attic or passed down to your estate sales or what have you, have some funky shapes. And it also even has some like divots in it. And so this was one of those shank buttons that normally, you know, you couldn't use for a ring base to glue unless you cut the shank, but because this was so deep, I could actually put that in and nestle it. Isn't that awesome? Check that out. And they're truly one of a kind because, you know, they come from your own button collection, so you're not going to see anybody else wearing this. Look at this one. Isn't that a neat, like, 80s style button? They're actually metallic within there. Isn't that neat? Another cool thing that you could do that I have just thought of, if you wanted it to look boho, you could actually thread, like pretend like you're sewing a button on and leaving thread and then glue it, and then you'd actually have button with thread sticking out, like if you wanted a boho look. This is 2 buttons. It's amazing how perfect, you know, a lot of these nestled into one another. This is a single one. Isn't that cool? I think that could pass for a masculine ring, don't you? Because some of these vintage buttons are just so pretty. I mean, you want to make jewelry out of them or what have you. I don't know about you, but I do. This is just a simple one on silver tone. It's just, I like the marbleized look. So, you know, you can have just a simple single button. This would be a good gift for like a little girl who likes buttons or something. You could use that. This is 2 buttons. So, a black base and a black and white center. Nifty, huh? This one is 4 layers. It's black, a pearlescent white, a red, and a black on top. 4 layers. And I just love it how they almost look like cupcakes or, you know, talk about a statement ring, right? This one is 2. I mean, look how ornate that is. This one button with a, yeah, that's like a metal bronze. But isn't that cool? You could even stack another little one in there if you wanted. You could even do it with like pearlized. Again, if you have a shank, you're going to have trouble. You'll have to either cut it off. But I don't know how this one was. I might have just cut that off because usually ones like this do have a shank, the ones that are raised pearl. This one is 3 layers. Does that not look like a tart or a cake? Isn't that gorgeous? It's like this teal. And then I had the quart of cream. And then I thought, oh, that little red on top looks cool. And this looks like a cherry on top. Isn't that neat? Something definitely fun to do, like on a rainy day, or if you want to use up some pretty buttons and you don't feel like taking the time to turn them into a bracelet or what have you. Look at this 80s funk. Cool, right? This is just a simple blue one. I love how it's reminiscent of like ocean waves. Wear that out to the beach. This one is 3 in green. It's like 2-tone green, a metallic, and then a small. Another simple one, it's just 1 button, but I liked how the clear lines were with the white and blue. This one almost like was like a tiger type. It was interesting. It had like black striations within the orange, and then I just put a simple black. That'd be cool for Halloween or fall, huh? These would make good gifts, come to think of it, because they're adjustable. So if you know somebody likes statement rings or funky things or unusual stuff, it would fit pretty much any finger, because as you can see, you can widen it. I mean, you can make that a thumb ring if you wanted. See, these are, or you can make it as small as you want. So you can smash that together. This is like 3. See, some of them are so nestled. I couldn't believe how well some of these really like fit together. They look like it's 1 ring, you know, like it came like that. But no, these are 3 separate buttons. There's this one, the 3rd, and then a little metal button went right in the middle. This one, I don't know. I don't think it's a cocoa bead. I'm not sure. It's, I can't remember what it's called. But it's a button. And I thought that was really cool. Simple by itself. Reminds me of Hawaii. I love this one. Check that out. Like I said, some of these vintage buttons are just so awesome. So I used a really thick base button, and then this one had almost like a citrine. I mean, isn't that the coolest? This I just combined a purple and a blue. So it could be as simple or as ornate as you want, depending on what you have. I like this. This was like a 2-tone. And I liked it was really thick and it had a nice good recess. So I put bronze in between. So you can take some of these acrylic buttons and put metallic in the middle and really dress them up. Here's a red, white, and blue. Again, 3 buttons. So we got the thick one that was a good recess. So see how they stack so nice? And this one was neat because it almost had a tiger eye effect. So these are actually 2 buttons. So it was like brown tiger eye with like the peach. Isn't that neat? So those are the button rings that are easy to make. And all these are available, by the way, at our Shayboy or Etsy store, CHEZBOYER.etsy.com. And I wanted to show you some of the wire wrapped I made. Now this was a part of Jesse James Bead's collection. They called it the Wizarding World or something like that. I think it was 2 years ago. And I used one of the rectangle beads to make a Slytherin ring because I am Slytherin, yeah. So that's cool, like if you want to do cosplay or you want to show your house pride. Pretty cool. Now these aren't adjustable. Oh, I mean, they are to an extent because it's wire, so you could like smush it a little bit to tighten it. But they're not adjustable like these are. They're more kind of whatever size is pretty accurate. I have them listed on the Etsy shop what size they are. This one is a cool like metallic check. I forget what kind this is called. Some kind of like a spiral design, but I can't. It has a specific name, but I can't remember. But I thought, oh, that it looked so cool with like the copper. Then I made some with some flowers. So I made like a brown rose one with copper tone. Now these take a little bit longer to learn how to do, and I don't do them quite as much. Well, I haven't done much in the last 2 years with wire wrapping because my hands, I have chronic tendonitis and numbness, and so wire wrapping really takes a toll on these, so on my hands, so I haven't done any recently. But as you can see, you know, it could be a little bit wonky. It doesn't have to be perfect. It gives that handmade, you know, look, and I like it that it swivels a little bit so it moves with the hand. And this is one of those, this is a bigger one. So it has like a metallic, like an orangish red, another flower, like a cream. So if you're into wire wrapping, you can always just Google or look on YouTube for wire wrapped rings, and you'll find lots of tutorials. I like this. I mean, look how that, they're just beads, you know. They're actually beads that you would use to make necklaces and stuff, but you can turn them into rings. Cool, right? And lastly, a little purple one. So you could, any kind of bead, you can turn into a ring that you really like. So I hope you feel inspired to try these. This is a little more advanced, the wire wrapping. All you need is some wire of your choice. And these, again, you buy adjustable, look for adjustable ring base, and you'll find them. And then you could just start gluing your buttons. I would recommend that you get your designs and glue your buttons separate first, obviously. Don't start layering on the ring. It's much easier than if you would just figure out your design. You decide, oh, that's cool, 4 buttons. Okay, then just start gluing them. Let it dry, and then take the whole thing and glue onto the base. And you'll have to find upright. A little trick I found is that tacky stuff that you use to put posters and things. You can nestle that right in there, and it'll dry upright that way. But a lot of times it will work just fine this way because it's upside down. So little tips for you. Again, use a strong glue, like E6000, but again, use in a well-ventilated area, and perhaps a mask and gloves because it is toxic. And it's hard to get off your hands once you get them on. It's like a super glue for jewelry. So I hope you found some inspiration. And if any of these appeal to you, feel free to visit shayboyer.etsy.com. And I hope you're having a great crafty day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.